What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Double A Hef here with another dose of the truth scope. So as you can see, I got Gilbert Arenas and Lou Will to the left. So this is going to be a basketball talk. I figured I'd switch it up from, normally talking about or speaking on quote unquote more serious topics. I figured I'd do something a little light right now. I stumbled across this clip actually on Instagram, and I was like, wow, like this is getting out of hand. So before I even let the video play, I just want to say a few things. Obviously, we all know, well, I mean, most basketball followers will know who Gilbert Arenas and Lou Williams, who they are. Now, Lou Williams, I think he's still playing, but he's definitely at the tail end of his career. I think he won the 6 Man of the Year award probably twice. He's definitely like a walking bucket, as you would call it. So was Gilbert. Gilbert was a walking bucket too. He was like, the early 2000s combo guard. Where he's a point guard, but he's not really playing point guard, which a lot of point guards play like nowadays. And Gilbert, he had his fair share of time in the limelight, but did he ever win anything? No. Because obviously Gilbert had a lot of issues. Most notably probably that whole gun thing in the locker room, and that pretty much after that his career was over. And then Lou Will, sweet pepper Lou. What was it? Y'all brothers, let me know what it is in the comments. Was it honey pepper Lou or sweet pepper Lou? Something like that. From the NBA bubble where he left and went and got some wings from some strip club or whatever. But I'm just giving some context because the conversation they're about to get into is, you hear stuff like this all the time, and I just think I think it's disrespectful. I think it's disrespectful, and basically, what they're pretty much going to agree with me, and that's why I'm making this video, because oftentimes you'll see people will agree with you and then do the same thing that they pointed out. So let me play this video.
I'm starting to hate everyone in the 90s that played basketball, that whole group, because they just think...
Correction, it said 3-time 6 Man of the Year for Lou Will. Underneath his name, it popped up. It said 3 times. I said 2, but it's actually 3 times.
Shit don't stink.
Right.
Like, you got, Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, both 6'7", both weigh 210. Talking about they're going to stop somebody in today's game. Like...
This nigga Gilbert must have smoked the fattest L before they started this podcast. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? Scottie Pippen was a walking clamp. A walking clamp. Dennis Rodman, arguably one of the not even arguably, he is one of the greatest defensive players of all time. That's not arguable. But you can make the case that he is the greatest defensive player of all time. Now, do I believe in that? Do I believe that? No, I don't. But if someone started to make that case, I'd listen to it because, look at the man's career. So I don't know what on earth this nigga right here is talking about or what he smoked. Okay, look at his eyes all bugged out. You know what I'm saying? Lou probably the one that rolled the shit. Oh, man, this thing's wildin'.
Nah.
6'7", 210, like, you are a little guard in today's game. You guys are little guys. Like,
but that's every 10 years the game changes.
Yeah, that's what I said. They have no idea about...
6'7", 210. Just think, okay, look, you understand something, Gilbert, which, you paint yourself as this person with such a high basketball IQ, but now you're saying some real dumb shit. Okay, so let me break this down. 6'7", 210. You talking about nowadays? It's a little guard. It's a little guard, right? So you making it seem like everybody back in the 90s that was playing was shorter, and it's actually been not like tests, but like they've actually gone back and checked like the average height of the NBA, and it's been roughly consistent since the goddamn 60s. So it's not like in the 90s everyone was fucking 6'7" or 6'8" and below. Like, no, in the 90s we had, we had greats in the 90s. We had Baby Shaq in the 90s. I'm sorry. We had the Admiral in the 90s. We had Hakeem in the 90s. We had Samson in the 90s. Pretty sure Moses Malone was still playing in the 90s. No, maybe not in 99. That was like, I think he was gone by like 90. Yeah, no, Moses definitely wasn't there. He was gone. It depends on also what time we're talking about. Because if we're talking about like Pippen and Rodman, they started out in the 80s and then they finished in the 90s. Well, actually, I don't know when Pippen Pippen finished. Pippen might have finished, I think, like 2000 or something like that. I think that was his last year. So I'm pretty sure he played against Kobe. Actually, I know. I'm pretty damn sure he played against Kobe. But I digress. He's making a statement as if it's a point to say, "Oh, people are taller now. Like 6'7", 210. What is anyone going to do with that now?" I mean, at the end of the day, look at Draymond Green. He plays today, and he what 6'6", 6'6". Now, does he have more weight on him than Dennis Rodman? Yeah, sure. But are you gonna sit there and tell me that Draymond is the athlete that Dennis Rodman was? And I'm not trying to take anything away from Draymond, but I'm just saying you want to say that they couldn't play today. Well, Draymond plays today, and he won Defensive Player of the Year awards. So come on, Gilbert, you got to be better than that, brother. Stop smoking that ish.
Evolution. It's like they don't take evolution.
I always have these debates with my friends. I was like, bro, can you imagine dropping LeBron in the 75? Like, just drop LeBron now that you know in 75. I was like, bro.
It's like they
Drop LeBron in 75 in what? In what? Then what? Then what? We dropping him in 75 in what? The nigga, what, is 4-10 or something like that in the finals? Or 4-9 in the finals? In his own generation. They really think that back in the 70s, these motherfuckers wasn't athletes? Huh? Now, did they play the game differently? Yes, they did. But if they had to come up like to the present time and play, they would have to acclimate, right? And I'm assuming that they would be able to acclimate because they were the best at their time. And again, if we take LeBron and dump him back in the 70s, well, he would have to acclimate to their game. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just like, we put LeBron here and it doesn't work like that, because you still have to acclimate to the time period. So put LeBron back there, all right, but now strip him away of all the things that he's been privy to by playing in this time period. Or maybe we don't have to do that. Maybe the curve's all on him because he's the one playing differently. First of all, we all know that LeBron James would just have been like another version of Oscar Robertson. But all right, how many championships did Oscar Robertson win? That's my point. So like these niggas, bro, I just
forget evolution. So they're like, well, this year, this game's soft. They flop too much.
I think it's more skill.
You have to understand rules, right? So if a player can get you in foul trouble because you're always out of place, that's a skill. And I said, it's not a flop, it's a skill. If I know I'm going to drive here and I know your speed is going to try to beat me there.
Okay, let's stop. Let's stop right there, because now you're just being disingenuous. There's a lot of flopping going on in the NBA. Y'all could click away from this video and just type in NBA flops, and you'll see all the over-the-top, exaggerated flops that have taken place and are still taking place. So for Gilbert to try to get on his high horse and like, oh my God, no, that's skill. When James Harden wants to slide his feet over, and like, come on, man, come on. We already know, that nigga's not trying to take no fucking charges. You know what I'm saying? Most niggas in the league today aren't taking charges. So what are you talking about? Getting in position and no. And look at this nigga's eyes. I'm telling you, they smoked that ooh wee. They smoked that ooh wee for this fucking segment. Yo, if y'all didn't already like, share, subscribe, to my YouTube channel.
And I stop, you hit me, and I shoot. That is my skill. That's what I'm skilled at. And I don't think anybody really appreciates the skill. They call it, oh, he's flopping too much. Oh, this is boring. Like, no, that's.
But you know what their reaction is? They don't know how you do that because they can't think like you think.
They didn't have to.
Because it wasn't little.
They didn't have to. I mean,
What do you mean it wasn't little? Yeah, and this guy Gilbert Arenas, man, he better hope this video don't get that much circulation because you're going against your whole like, your platform. Your platform is built on I'm the basketball guy. I know a lot about basketball, 1-on-1, all this other stuff, and then you're just out here talking some nonsense. Like you don't know, you already know what you might know X's and O's basketball, but obviously you don't know shit about the history of basketball. All right, at least we can agree on that, my nigga.
first, in the 90s, they were averaging like 80, 90 points a game. Mm-hmm. Like we're doing 135s and 140s now.
That's look. Whew. All right. So again, they say 90s, but they keep bringing up players that played from the 80s to the 90s. So I was actually the other day watching some of the old clips. Not clips, actually the old games, like the full damn games, and those scores were going up to 130. I could have sworn I literally watched the game, and I'm pretty because I watch it at night as I'm like falling asleep. Well, not as I'm falling asleep. I watch it and then I begin to fall asleep. But one of the games was the Detroit Pistons versus Chicago Bulls, and I'm pretty sure they dropped like 130, and the Bulls didn't even break 90 or something like that. And I was like, God damn, like in the 88 season. So and obviously we know the Pistons were they were coming up and just about to get their 2 championships around that time. So, but these guys are talking like they have no idea of the history of basketball. And they obviously don't. They're talking like evolution, like niggas is just growing like every 10 years. Now the average height of NBA players is fucking 3 inches taller. Like what are you talking about? And if you want to look at speed and strength and stuff like that, Will Chamberlain is probably arguably the greatest athlete to ever play basketball. The nigga could bench like 500 pounds. Long jump, high jump, volleyball, like everything. And he was fast as hell. I think he ran track. No, he did run track. Same with Bill Russell. Bill Russell was a freaking pure athlete. Like, what are these guys talking about? Like, if you just go back then, these guys weren't athletes. Like, they just fucking drink beer and smoke cigarettes all goddamn day.
And that's
instead of smoking weed like these niggas do all damn day.
Because of the skill level. So they didn't have to figure out how to get to the free throw line. It was like whenever we score. I think it was more of a stops game in the 90s anyway.
It was a big man game. Everyone wanted to post.
Right.
Everyone, you had post up guards. You got to remember, guards back then weren't scorers.
Except for Jordan.
I mean, but like point guards.
Right.
So, you're talking about Gary Payton, he was still considered a point guard. Back then, soon as AI comes in, it's like,
well, you know what's funny?
And again, that's not entirely true. There were scoring guards out there. Pretty sure Mark Price was a point guard, and he was dropping buckets. Isaiah Thomas was a point guard. He was dropping buckets. Obviously, for those 2 winning seasons, he had to bring his points per game down. That I think his coach Daly said to him that he's going to have to do. But, he was still dropping buckets. And again, like there's other point guards out there that played during that time that were dropping buckets. So again, this nigga don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Going to the 2, we don't know what that is. We don't know what that is yet.
Right.
You're talking about, Marbury averaging 22 and 9. He was considered a ball hog. They're like 9 assists, he was a ball hog. The Stevie Francis, like that's what I said. So when I came in, I was a combo guard. I wasn't either. It's just get out there and we're going to see what he can do. And then from there, it just starts opening up. So it's like everybody became skillful. It wasn't just the shooting guard and the center. So it's like, back then, your power forward was anywhere from 6'4" to 6'8". So these guys talking about, I'm going to stop you. Like,
Well, okay, again, that's drastic. All right, that's drastic from 6'4" to 6'8". Now, were there some? Yeah, but not the majority wasn't. If you want to look at the median height for power forwards back then, it's probably about 6'8". So I don't know why he's trying to bring in 6'4". Well, actually, I do know why he's trying to bring in 6'4". He's trying to make an argument, but it's just false. It's totally false and unfounded.
That nobody even plays that
Actually,
dinosaur-ass basketball anymore.
The expression.
What are you talking
What was
about?
the expression back then? Defense wins championships.
Ain't no
It's
defense
skill wins championships.
Defense wins championships. Like
Well, that actually, yeah, defense does win championships. But you know what, Gilbert, I'm not surprised that you don't know that because you've never won a championship, so you wouldn't know what the fuck it took to win a championship.
you were stopping who can't, like Anthony Mason. What is he going to do? Like really, what is he going to, like he's 6'6", like
Club you.
that's Westbrook right now. What the like come on, like that's just, that got.
Like,
What's so funny is that position got removed because of Shaq. All these centers in college coming in, centers in high school, KGs, Van Horns, are like, I'm not with him.
Right.
I'm gonna go to the 4-man, go against the guy who's 6'4". And then the 4-man became this long guy and it took away the center. So I said every position became skillful. So like when the 90s talking about, oh yeah, y'all soft, we would have put y'all on your ass.
yeah.
You're a little kid. Like
And he keeps saying little, like you know what? Them niggas would give you the work, Gilbert. They'd give you the work. So I don't know what stature has to do with it. Like Allen Iverson was little. What are you talking about? And then Gilbert, I think, if memory serves me correct, I think you're what 6'3", maybe 6'4". I think you're 6'3". So like, you're little compared to like the average point guards today. These things are 6'5". So what are you talking about? I mean, actually, not average, but like the ideal point guard that I'm seeing around the league is 6'5". It's 6'5". So what's the name? Dame is small. Steph is 6'3". He's small, but obviously they're remarkable players. You make exceptions for exceptional people. You know what I'm saying? But moving on, I'm about to wrap this up because this is just getting ridiculous.
we gain weight when we get older. These are 60, 70 years old, 185 pounds still. Like, come on, shut up. 180.
Okay, well, also, you got to keep it or take into account that the training regimens and all the knowledge surrounding training, healing, recovery, prevention is leaps and bounds. So you want to talk about evolution, you have to talk about that too. But I'm not surprised that you and Lou Williams didn't think that far. I'm not surprised at all. It's just unfortunate that you have this platform and you're just speaking reckless about the history of the NBA when clearly you don't know shit about the history of the NBA. But again, I don't expect you to. You like Gilbert, not Gilbert. Richard Jefferson said when he played your ass, like that's not really your forte. Like thinking and stuff like that. So, and again, no disrespect to Gilbert Arenas at all. For the most part, I do like the content that he creates. But, I got to draw the line here. And it's not even so much to defend the 90s or any, actually, well, not just to defend the 90s. It's just to defend all the eras. Because there's so much nuance in each era that you can't just go and say, oh, well, this era, is better than that era. No, because, naturally we get faster and stronger and stuff like that. Because no, again, if you took the athletes that are in the NBA right now and took them back there, it's going to be, you'd be surprised. Oh, shit, he's just as fast, if not faster than LeBron. Or just as fast, or if not faster than a Russell Westbrook. You know what I mean? Or he jumps just as high, or if not higher than a LeBron or a John Morant. But again, since the game was played different, we aren't privy to all that stuff. Since they weren't doing freaking, dunk contest dunks in game, then we weren't privy to seeing what these guys can actually do. So I think we need to be, we just need to be respectful to the game All right, so that's basically it, y'all. Again, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll check you later. One.